For example 5, we figure WXYZ is a square. If WY plus XZ equals 92, what is the area of triangle WPZ? So first off, a square is a rectangle. The only requirement of a square, though, instead of just the opposite sides being congruent, all four sides congruent. And the only extra added features for a square then from a rectangle is that it's also a rhombus. So all the rhombus properties come into play. So these are right angles in the middle. And this is an angle bisector here and here. And since all four angles are right angles because it's also a rectangle, that means these angles are also equal to one another here and here. So that's the extra added features for a square. All four sides are the same length. The four angles in the middle are going to be right angles, and the four angles are going to be bisected. Not only that, but we know they're 45-degree angles, or sorry, 90-degree angles, so 45, 45, 45, 45. They're all congruent to one another, but also 45. We also know, of course, that this is the same as this, is the same as this, same as this, which makes all four of these inner triangles congruent to one another by side angle side, or leg leg if you want to go with the right angle thoughts. Angle side angle, take your pick, they're congruent to each other. So the essence of this problem is that this triangle is 1/4 of the whole area of the square because they're all four the same measure, right? Area of all four have to be the same. So if I can find the area of the square, I take that divided by 4, I'm going to get the area of the triangle WPZ. We know that WY plus XZ equals 92, so let's start there. Again, a square is officially a rectangle also, which means that WY and XZ are the same length, right? So let's just say the length of these, and I'm going to erase all these marks so we can see this better. Let's just say the length of WY is called A. That's the length of WY. And let's say that XZ, we'll call that B. We know that A equals B, right? We also know that A plus B is equal to 92. Basically, that's what we're looking at here in this problem. Calling them A and B just to have less letters to look at while we're doing the problem. All right, if A and B are the same number and A plus B is equal to 92, this expression here, this equation, can be rewritten as A plus A is equal to 92. Just replacing B with A. Which means 2A is equal to 92. Divide both sides by 2 gives me A is equal to 46. So the length of both WY and XZ is 46. Do we buy that? Okay. So I'm going to erase this. If WY is 46, how long is WP?
23.
23, because 23 and 23 makes 46, right? We know WY gets cut in half by XZ. Same theory goes for XZ. If XZ is 46, then XP is 23, so is PZ, because WY cuts that one in half. Now, a couple of things they can ask us with this information. They could ask us for the area of this triangle, which they did. This is a right angle here. This is the height, this is the base of this triangle, if we go with that thought, and we can find the area of the triangle that way. All right. The other thing they might ask us for, just for future reference, maybe they ask us for this side here. Maybe they ask us for the area of the whole square, possibly. Okay. How would I find x in this picture?
23 squared plus 23 squared
equals x squared, right? The Pythagorean theorem, leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. Again, we got right angles in these problems. The Pythagorean theorem should be on the top of your mind right there. You might have to use it. So sometimes they ask for the length of the side of the square. And if they might ask for the area of the whole square, right? So one way of doing it would be find x, and then, of course, they're the same, and then just multiply them together. The other technique, if we find the area of this one triangle, that triangle times 4 is the area of the whole thing too also, right? So take your pick how you want to do it, but just know that they could ask you all kinds of questions about these squares. Pythagorean theorem comes into play more often than not. In this problem particularly, to find the area of WPZ, we have two sides of a triangle at a right angle to one another, so those are the base and height. So the area of that one triangle is going to be the base times the height divided by 2. 23 times 23 is 529. I think. Is that right? It's Monday morning today, even though it's Wednesday. 2 snow days. My brain's not 100% activated yet. Here we go. So if I take,
529?
529, did you already do it?
That's what it is.
All right, perfect. So 529 divided by 2. So if we do that, 529 divided by 2, might be easier just to do it by hand. 529 divided by 2, the area of that is 264.5. I don't have any unit of length here, so we'll just go with the numerical answer for this one, 264.5.